Hello, my peoples. This is your boy, Strange Bean, Mount Bushcrafters Alliance. Obviously, God forbid there should be two of this running around. But out here in the shine shed, I've been working this morning. Been slacking a whole lot when it comes to uploads and staying current. But I've not been slacking in a sense that I've not been doing anything. I've been super busy. Got a lot of videos on the back burner that I need to pull out and upload. But the list continues in the leather shop and around home. But nevertheless, I want to talk to you today about flint and steel and ferrocerium. Now, I've been on the hunt for good flint for several years. I've got some good flint. There is a difference in flint. And contrary to popular belief, there's a big difference in ferrocerium. Now, let's get one thing straight. Ferrocerium is not flint and steel. A ferrocerium fire, or you build a fire with ferrocerium, you're not doing flint and steel. I've had people tell me, can you do us a flint and steel? No, I can do a flint and steel. Flint is naturally made. Now, I'm no metallurgic graduate from Harvard, but there's a big difference in ferrocerium and what goes into it. Contrary to popular belief, all ferrocerium is not the same. Generally has the same ingredients, generally made the same, but all ferrocerium is not the same. No. Heard companies brag, our ferrocerium is the best on the market. This is the best on the market. That is the best on the market. Now, I've not got every ferrocerium rod out there, obviously. But I think I've got about 7 ferrocerium rods in front of me. And this is not to disprove anyone or cut a company down. This is just to prove the facts. That's all it is. Regardless of what you carry you a ferrocerium rod, flint, and steel. Either or, and a ladder. But let me tell you right off the bat, I spent 4 months off grid. You can't depend on a ladder. No. There comes a point in temperature drop that a ladder will not work. There comes a point that you get so cold you can't operate a ladder. Believe it or not. I'm proof of that. But nevertheless, I'm going to show you the difference in ferrocerium rods. I'm not going to do a company name, maybe just one company name. And it's not a paid advertisement. It's not even my ferrocerium rod. But this was pointed out to me, and I want to pass the information along to you. And I'll show you the difference in strikers on flint and steel. And I'll show you the difference in ferrocerium. So stick around and stay with me. Let's get this situated. Now let's get right down to the meat and potatoes of the matter. No bones about it, no punches to pull. There's a difference in location and area. What location you are is specific. What area you're from depends. You can be from this area, but in this location. Makes sense? It does to me. Now, is there a difference in flint? Why, most certainly there is. You can harvest your flint in a certain location and move that location in the same area and get different flint. Sure can, done it. I've been on the hunt for good flint for several years. I've got some good flint, but I'm always on the hunt for flint. It's dependable. Now, does size matter? when it comes to flint. Most certainly not. This little bitty tiny piece right here could burn a lot hotter than these big pieces. See what I'm saying? Flint is all natural. It is. Now, strikers. There's a difference in strikers. Yes, there is. A high carbon, softer striker is what you're after. I'll insert a picture right here. Look at it close. Now, that's the process of striking that flint with that striker, shearing that metal super hot. And those sparks are a result of that process. The purpose of it is to add charred cloth, charred wood, some kind of charred material to catch that spark. Create an ember, then add it to a tinder bundle. Jute twine, dried grass, whatever you may have, cotton ball, dryer lint, whatever you may have to bring that ember a step further into fire. That's the sole purpose. Okay? Now, this little bitty fella right here and a piece of file. That's one of my favorites right there. Spark, spark, spark. Spark, spark. This is a softer flint, but it don't take much to shear that metal off that file, creating sparks. Find you a good sharp edge. Now the method, let's talk about that just for a minute. A lot of people say, well, what's your method? What's your method? My method is to catch that spark. That's my method, whatever it takes. Bottom, top. People say, well, you've got to do it this way. You got to hold it that way. Listen, whatever it takes for you to catch that ember and create a flame is all that matters. People wants to get plumb technical with some things when it comes to just common sense. Not very much spark right there. See? But this softer stuff, a lot of spark, a lot of spark. That's the one that you hear sizzling in the video. Now this is a big old white chunk, and it's super soft, but it throws a spark. Change strikers. One more time. See, not much spark. And it's the hotter flint. Find you a sharp point, edge. Look at that. That file does just as good as that striker, if not better. Find you a good sharp edge and place your char cloth on that flint and catch that amber. That's the purpose. Barely glaze that stone, or graze rather. That's the purpose. Now, stay with me. Let's talk about first serum rods. Now, you may recognize some of these first serum rods. I do apologize. But the fact remains, I'll do everything I can to protect some of the names on some of this equipment, but it is what it is. Now, here's a little piece of advice. If you decide to drill into a first serum rod, with a carbon bit. Do it with a cordless drill, maybe an extension to keep that drill away from that water, obviously. Shouldn't have to tell you that, but that's just common sense. But we're living in a day and age where common sense is nearly non-existent. But drill that ferrocerium rod under running water or in a bowl of water. Because trust me, I know I drilled this one. You're going to get all kinds of sparks. All kinds. True story. Now, let's move forward. Does size matter? No. Are all ferrocerium rods created equal? Again, no. Ferrocerium rod will break. Ferrocerium rod can be damaged. Sure can. And some of these things were brought to my attention. Things that I took for granted that I knew but really didn't talk about till now. What makes the difference in ferrocerium? Is it the company? No. It's quality control. And the components that they use to make that ferrocerium. See, ferrocerium rods are man-made. Now, magnesium is a different story, and we'll get on that later. We're talking about ferrocerium. Ferrocerium has magnesium in it. Now, like I said, I'm no Harvard graduate in the metallurgic arts, but I know what I know. Now, having said that, you shouldn't have to get a running go to get a spark. As you can see, some of these just scrape off just enough coating to do what you got to do. Don't go all the way around that thing and scrape off the coating. They'll rust. Yes, they sure will. Keep your striker clean of carbon. See them burns? That wipes right off. But scrape off just enough coating to get a spark. Depending on your ferrocerium rod will determine how much coating you have to scrape off. If it don't matter, it does. Yeah, it does. In a situation where you don't have anything, something is better than nothing. And if you have nothing, you have nothing. Bottom line. This ferrocerium rod is humongous. This was given to me by a friend, Dan Cordray. The man is relentless when it comes to communications, bushcraft, knowledgeable. But this had a shed on it and it was hanging on my wall. I had intentions, some of us, to do something with it, and that didn't work out. So I had it hanging on the wall, or actually on the cedar tree back here in my shop. It fell off and it broke loose. You can break these. These will burn up. They will rust. But scrape off, back to what we were talking about, scrape off just enough coating to get a spark. Depending on your ferrocerium rod, the quality of your ferrocerium rod will determine how much you have to scrape off. You shouldn't have to back up down the neighbor's house to get a spark. Clean up a little spot right there. We'll go 1/4 inch right here. I can get a spark. Not too bad. Let's move on. We're going to save that one for the last. I want to talk about that one. No. There's a big difference. I'm getting all kinds of shavings. Very little spark. Very little spark. I can back up to the neighbor's house and get one. I'm up to about 1 inch now. Nope. Look where I whittled that down right there. Nope. I can go probably about 1.5 inches and get a good spark. People say it don't matter, it does. If you paid for a full ferrocerium rod and you don't get a full use out of that ferrocerium rod, why buy a full ferrocerium rod? Let's keep moving. Next, 1/4 inch. No. That should be throwing flames. I go half. I'm getting shavings, but no spark. If so, very little. 1/4 inch. About 1 inch up. See right there? About 1 inch up. And it's relentless. This one's pretty much brand new. I've used it a time or two. Quarter inch. See it right there? Getting all kinds of shapes, all kinds of shapings. Get it out of the way. But yeah, nope. No, we're not even going to fool with this one. We're not even going to try this one, I don't think. Believe it or not, I wasn't going to try it. That's in a paracord bracelet. And I'm going about 1/4 inch. Look at that. About 1/4 inch. Look at that. Well, that one and the big boy. But wait, we got this one. Beast. And you can see where he's used this one. Just the tip right there. Less than 1/4 inch. Less than now. Look at this. Less than 1/4 inch. Right there. So is there a difference? Well, sure they are. Well, sure there is. Well, sure. Using the same striker. Making sure it's free of buildup. But there's a difference. And this one is from Oberleben, Germany. So the comparison's just obvious. The little paracord bracelet that I would have never, I struck it with this little old metal piece here. Is supposed to be a little emergency knife for cutting paracord or whatever. But when using a striker, actually works. I never would have put any stock in that one. This one, big boy, hit and miss, but still just very little use on the edge of that first serum rod. You shouldn't have to back up and go all the way down to get a strike. You shouldn't have to. If it's the quality first serum rod that it should be. This company claims great things. I'm not going to mention their name, but I'm putting the pressure to it too, trust me. No. People say, well, what's the difference in backing up another inch or half inch? Well, that's just that much more first serum than I'm using. The whole purpose of bushcraft, from my understanding, is resources. Reusable resources. Taking what you have out there and creating. Thus the word bush in your craft. I've seen first serum rods with sway backs right in the middle where people dig down in and come out to get a spark. So, back to the Oberleben. Pretty obvious, right? Every time. and very little pressure. Very little pressure. So, if you've got a ferrocerium rod, try it out and comment below in this video. Measure it. How far do you have to go back on that ferrocerium rod to get a good, constant spark? So, all ferrocerium rods are not created equal. People say ferrocerium's ferrocerium. No. Quality control and the quality of product that goes into making that rod. Magnesium. Other elements. I know it has magnesium in it. In ferrocerium compounds, but I'm no Harvard graduate. So, comment below if you've got a ferrocerium rod. How far do you have to go back to get a good constant spark? Now, don't cut nobody's company down or name names. Tell tales out of school. Let me know what you got. Let me know how it worked. I would have never, as far as this paracord bracelet, got a whistle, ferrocerium rod, paracord, and it's supposed to be a little type knife deal. This one I cherish because it was given to me. This was a Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance torch. That's what we called it. We handed this out every year at our meets. And we stopped having meets for whatever reason. People got busy. Things changed. We was going to send it off to the disabled vets to see how far it would reach. And that kind of fell through. But it also fell off the wall and shattered off of the, broke out of the shed. This one right here, and I will mention it. It's not a paid promotion. They're not giving me nothing. This ain't even my ferrocerium rod, but it made me a believer. Overleaving. 1/4 inch right there. And think about how many strikes you have when you cut down the length you're striking. Let me know in the comments below. Hey, this is your boy String Bean Mountain Bushcraft Alliance. As always, go farther, stay longer. We're going to go hunt some real mushrooms. And I'll try to get you some footage. But if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Hang out with me and stay with me. I'm going to get busy. I appreciate your patience. Go farther, stay longer. Thanks for watching.